Hi and welcome. I am your host, Annie O'Neill, and this is Bumping and Thumping, a podcast for, about, and featuring indie wrestling from around the world. I have been a professional ring announcer for about 5 years. I've been hanging around the business for about 10, and I was always that person who showed up to a show, helped put up the wrestling ring in search of all of everything that I could learn. And until someone one day gave me a microphone and they said, "You need to announce." And I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I need to do. So I've been a ring announcer and backstage correspondent for about 5 years now. So enough about me. Let's get on to our show. And today we are hosting an indie promoter, wrestling instructor, and ring veteran who's going to share some history, knowledge, and perhaps a story or two about his days with WWE and other major promotions. None other than Mr. Lou Crank himself. And we will be back right after these messages with Lou Crank himself.
Hi, I'm Jay Aubrey Jackson, the $50 computer virus god of Metro Detroit. We are the home of the true flat $50 computer repair. $50 a job, no matter how long it takes. Never a penny more. Netbooks, laptops, desktop towers, all-in-one computers, phones, iPhones, tablets, iPads, and game systems. Free diagnosis and money-back guarantee. If we don't fix it, you pay nothing. And we do same-day service within 24 hours of drop-off. And are open 7 days a week, so come to the computer virus god now.
Washtenaw Golfside in Ypsilanti, where everyone comes to play.
Welcome back to our show, friends and guests of the Wrestleverse. Join with me today is none other than Lou Crank himself. Lou, I just want to say thank you for your time, and I'm really glad to have you today.
Let me put these glasses on like I'm Cat Williams or something. Woo! 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 Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Lou, you have such a magnetic personality. So how did you get welcomed in to the wonderful world of wrestling?
Man, that's a great question. It was my late mother and my brother. They was on Saturday mornings when it was no school, all I wanted to do was watch my cartoons. And at the time we only had one TV.
Yeah.
And so they was watching this weird thing called professional wrestling. It was the WWF. And I was like, what is this with all these guys when they wearing their underwear and they fighting and stuff like that? And I was like, and then I got hooked. Every time they were watching it, I was like, dang, this kind of intro. It's like a male soap opera or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got hooked in there. I said, I want to do that when I grow up to be a professional wrestler. That's who hooked me, was my mother and my brother at the time.
That's amazing. So who were you watching that made you say, I want to do that? Who was your first example?
Well, to be honest, it was Hulk Hogan. Because, man, I was like, man, the way he cut his promos, he was bigger than life. And the way he made the crowd, do the ear thing. And then he was tearing up his shirt and stuff. And I got many of butt whippings tearing up all my shirts and stuff when I was watching Saturday Night Main Event and WWF Superstar. Every time Hogan, like, and so my mother got me a Hulk Hogan shirt.
Yeah,
and I was wasting her money because every time she got me a Hulk Hogan shirt, I tear it up because I watched wrestling and the adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah. So what you've watched from as a kid, watching Hulk Hogan, and that was a really huge example for you. How do you take that energy and make it your own?
I mean, I just seen how he played to the crowd,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So when I got, I was thinking of different characters. So when I got into business, I was trying to figure out what can I do to grab the crowd. And
Right.
I know I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but when my first debut in Indiana, when I was wrestling, the guy who helped me a lot in this business, Primetime Tommy Johnson, when I
Gotcha.
was wrestling Tommy, I was supposed to be the face, and the crowd wasn't really. They wanted to cheer for me, but I didn't give them something to cheer. So Tommy
Right.
said, "Man, you need a chant. You need some type of chant. You need some furry boot covers and stuff like that." And
Yeah.
then so I added that on, and I started looking at guys like Bruiser Brody, and other people, the similar gimmick, and then I started saying Lou, and it started catching them. It started catching them.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of did, and then I kept it. From now on, I kept it.
So how did it feel to hear those chants from the crowd? Lou, Lou, Lou. Like what does that do for you internally?
It helped me in my match. I mean,
Yeah.
it felt good. It made it what it do is, we all know this is sports entertainment, but it helped me catch it caught me. I'm sorry. It made me get caught up in my character. It made me get caught up in the fans, like this is a real battle. And
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't let the fans down. So it caught me, how we have to have characters. It made me be one with my character. Like an
Right.
actor, you got to be one. So I feel like I'm that guy, and it just, it ain't nothing like it, man. It's just nothing like it, because, and it's different. Professional wrestling is different, because it's just like everybody is on your side, and it just make you
Right.
feel good when they chant your
Right.
name.
And there's really no feeling like it when you are feeding off of the energy of the crowd and they want to see you succeed. Like
Yeah,
that's one of the most uh fascinating things about being in that crowd, and I can only imagine how it feels like when
yeah,
you're up there and you're you have this other person coming at you and they want to take you out, but
yeah.
then you have the support of everyone in the crowd wanting you to succeed. Have you ever experienced anything similar to that outside of the ring?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
By the way, in business. In
Yeah.
business. I know. I mean, hopefully, I'm answering your question
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
But yes,
100%.
in business, where I own my own. Of course, I'm the proprietor of the MDWA, Missile Dropkick
Mhm.
Wrestling
Right.
Association, and I run the Missile Dropkick Wrestling Academy. I'm a teacher,
Right.
and we just got our new space. I've been training guys since 2017, and we
Hmm.
got our new space. And what it is um, sometimes we've been in and out. Sometimes my school been in and out of different places, and sometimes
Hmm.
I train guys. And I used to train guys in the backyard and stuff. And my neighbor behind me, who owns the space that I'm renting to,
Hmm.
she said, "Look, I got a space. I'm gonna put you up on it. You can rent from me in the space."
Hmm.
She put me up, and to make a long story short, not too long ago, just before I got on the Zoom call, she
Hmm.
told me, "I got something for you. It's a gift."
Yeah.
And I was joking with her the other night. I said, "Well, hopefully it's money. That'd be great too." But she said, "I got something." So I was so eager before I jumped on the Zoom call. I was
Uh-huh.
so eager. I went down to the MDWA wrestling school. I said, "Let me see what she got." Because
Right.
she's, I went in your room. I went in your
Yeah.
wrestling school. I said, "Okay, let me see what she, So I first of all, I went in the room, and it was if I can find it, I had it right here. It was a whole bunch of these flyers right here that
Wow.
she made.
Yeah.
She make
Oh
she
my
makes
gosh.
stuff like this,
Oh my
and and,
gosh.
and it's promoting the school, and
Yeah.
it's so cool. I text her and I said, I really truly appreciate you, taking a chance on me,
Right.
let me go move my school in there, and you're encouraging me to come
Oh my gosh. So
go
she
on
totally invested in you and you had
and
no
she
idea.
invested in me. And I
Wow.
think I think that's where, and what's so crazy? A lot of businesses,
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, people that's established already,
Right.
a lot of businesses don't want to take a chance on other people. and other people, smaller business like myself, that want to come in, but they forget they were once new at one time too. So if you're a business owner, hey, you were once new before too. 100%. Take a chance on somebody you believe in and stuff, and that felt good. So to answer your question, when stuff like that, when people outside the ring, when people invest in you, that makes you want to try harder and harder and harder.
100%. And and also for not to mention just for yourself, but the people who are coming up after you, like someone saw that in you, and then you were brought to a place where you could see that in others. I mean, that's prevalent through you being a teacher.
So, and that's what I do in the school, in the wrestling school, and I'm hard on those guys because I asked those just the other night. We train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think what's the day? What's the day? Thursday.
It is.
The other night they kind of started slow, and I was telling these two guys because sometimes they show up the show late, and I said, you know what? I asked them, why you want to be wrestlers? They was telling me their reasons and stuff, and I said, hey, don't waste my time. I got a pass. I've been in this school for 3 days straight, trying to get this stuff together and whatever, and don't be lagging. So I believe in my students and stuff, but I'm gonna get on them because, I got a passion for this business.
Right.
I got a passion, and they'll feel good to help these guys so they can make it to the next level.
Right.
I invest in the people that's up under me and the people that's on my shows.
And I feel like that's a mark of a good leader. You want to be surrounded by people who take it as seriously and as passionately as you do. Because there was one day someone saw that in you, and you just want to pour into the cup that comes after you. And I think that's absolutely amazing. So how long have you been a wrestling instructor?
Well, since 2017, since I started the MDWA. How did you
make that move from being a wrestler and into being an instructor?
How did I make that move, or why?
Yeah. How and why?
Well, I've been to a lot of different schools and seminars and stuff, and the reason I wanted to do it, one, was because I see a lot of instructors of today, instructors that you probably know, is training the wrong way. I mean, flat out, they training the wrong way. And I had this conversation with Johnny Bravo face to face, which is a good friend of mine. It was crazy because it was right before a show that I was promoting and running. And he was like, well, you saying this on the internet and this and that. I said, well, I'm not being specific of what schools, but I'm just saying a lot of stuff that you guys show these students, you guys not doing it on TV. You're not doing it on TV. And then when they showing these people, just the other day, I'm a wrestling historian, so I was looking at some of the things I could teach my students. And I'm looking the other day, and Tyson Dukes was showing some moves. Okay, like, let me see, how to from a lockup to a hammer lock, and it was like, damn, that's too long to be going into that move in the match. And I showed my students a faster way, instead of like locking up like this and then grabbing his arm like that, and then kind of, I guess he pushed the guy arm off, and then he went up. I said, no, we lock up, and then you go duck under, boom, and then you into a hammer lock. A lot of these guys is, that's why we get a bad rap in Michigan, because they call us mechanical. And I'm not mechanical. I had the same conversation with Rikishi the other day. I said, why do you think that, the WWE would sign actors and singers and rappers and let them give them a try before they do indie wrestlers? Because he said that y'all stuck in y'all ways. I said, well, I don't know who y'all is. It ain't me, because I guarantee you give me a chance, I run circles around some of them guys up there. But Yeah, it was an interesting conversation though. But that's why I wanted to that's why I wanted to, get into instructing because, a lot of people not training the right way. And I want, because that could be a bend or break and you getting a contract.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of, of the level of WWE talent that you've worked with, how did you make it there yourself?
Well, I just kept being a pest. There, it was like, and what you got to do if you want a job, right?
Yeah.
I know some people there, but that wasn't because of my own validity. That wasn't because of them. It was my own validity. What happened was, it's a thing where I tell people to go to, which is wwerecruit.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they look at that. And sometimes you got to be careful to showing your best stuff because they do steal. I'm gonna be real with you. They do steal your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go for that later on. But you go to wwerecruit.com, send your stuff in, and they take a look. And if they're interested, they'll ask you to be a extra or something. But they won't tell you if you're gonna wrestle or not because they don't want you going, oh, I'm about to wrestle tonight and such. Sometimes it happens at the last second. I've been down there maybe 3 times.
Okay, wow, that's amazing.
And then so like the 3rd time, that's when I got on. I think what happened was they sent me some email saying we want you to travel with us for 4 nights. I was telling Tommy, I said, man, I don't know. I don't know. I got a weird feeling I might wrestle, but I don't know. He said, I don't know. You this your opportunity. So when I got down there the last day, I was sitting in the viewing area. Sometimes when you first get in there, they let you everybody that's contracted, they be around the ring, but this is before the crowd get there. They're around the ring, and extras is asked to get in there and do a match. And I did do a match, and my John Cone said, talk to Cedric Alexander and see what he think about your match. So I talked to him. Cedric was like, man, he was like, man, you look like a boxer or whatever or something like that. You should do that. He was giving me some shit. And so that was Cedric's first night back from injury. So little I know, I was dressed, and Adam Pearce was cutting around the corner. Lou, screaming my name. I'm like,
yeah.
And he know me from the Indies, right? So Lou, get your ass up, get in the locker room, get dressed. You going on TV in about 2 minutes. So I had to get all my clothes off again, put my gear on, and got with Cedric, got with the referee. They told me go out there, and we did the damn thing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Johnny Boone with the flower was supposed to have that spot, but Vince said he's too big to be on the 205. He would be the Andre the Giant of cruiserweight. So that's when they picked me. That's when he put me on. So I thank Vince. I was like, man, I appreciate it, Vince. Appreciate it.
Well, Lou, I thank you so much for your time so far, and you've had nothing but amazing things to say, but I'm going to have to ask you and we'll get more into it right after these messages.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Jay Aubrey Jackson, the $50 computer virus god of Metro Detroit. We are the home of the true flat $50 computer repair. $50 job no matter how long it takes, never a penny more. Netbooks, laptops, desktop towers, all-in-one computers, phones, iPhones, tablets, iPads, and game systems. Free diagnosis and money-back guarantee. If we don't fix it, you pay nothing. And we do same-day service within 24 hours of drop-off. And are open 7 days a week, so come to the computer virus god now.
Welcome back to Bumping and Thumping, the podcast for and about indie professional wrestling promotions all around the world. Today, I'm joined with the one and only Lou Crank. Lou, you are at the head of MDWA, MISSLE Dropkick Wrestling Association. Tell us where and how long you've been running this promotion.
I've been running MISSLE Dropkick Wrestling Association since 2017. 2018 was our first show at the Inkster Complex in Inkster, Michigan. Our very first show, we did an outside show that was a prelude to the inside show we was doing. Okay. And man, I was so nervous. I was so nervous being in my first show. Shoot, I said bump all these storylines. I was trying to grab all the wrestlers, indie wrestlers that I knew, put them on this show and stuff like that. And I was, man, did you know that we sold out that place the first night? I had no idea. Night. With the first night, I can show you videos. So with the first night, we sold out that place, and it was so exciting. I had my church people there. I had family, friends, the neighborhood there. I mean, it was a line out the door to come see. And then what happened was we started off with karate tournament first.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And a boxing match, and then it was our main event was wrestling.
That's amazing. And there's something so special about the city of Inkster. I'm not really sure what it is, but there's just something in the spirit in the community that is just so welcoming and wholesome. And what an honor it is to run this promotion in such a special city. What does the city of Inkster and holding your event inside of it, what does that mean to you?
Man, it meant a lot to me because, you know, I always wanted, when I got into the business, I always wanted to wrestle in front of my family and from the front of the city. And that happened the first time in 2018, and it happened last year. It happened last year when we did the outside show. And I just wanted to show my friends and family what I've been doing and wrestle in front of them mean a lot, though, to entertain, to bring wrestling in Inkster. So it meant a ball to me just to be to entertain my neighbors, my friends, my family, and stuff like that. And you know, I think at that particular time, that was my last time. That was my first time for my mother actually seeing me wrestle live in person. And that was the last time I seen my mother, wrestling. So she had a chance to see me wrestle professionally.
And I can just hear how meaningful that experience was to not only to you, but to your mom. You know, just to see, and you said earlier that she was one of the reasons why you started watching wrestling in the first place, correct?
Yeah, she was my first opponent. She
She's your first opponent.
She when I was a little kid, she put me in the scissors hole. I couldn't breathe, so she defeated me. Let me tell you a little story though. It was kind of cool though. When I was 11 years old, I went to my mother, and I said, I don't want to have a traditional birthday party. I want to make a wrestling movie. And I had got inspired when Hulk Hogan, remember No Holds Barred, 1989?
Oh, God.
With Hulk Hogan and Zeus. Remember when Hulk Hogan made his first movie?
I don't, but feel free to tell us all about it.
Oh, okay. Hulk Hogan made his first movie. And can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
He made his first movie. It's called No Holds Barred.
Okay.
And technology, man, I'm crazy. Yeah, so I was inspired. I was like, oh man, I want to make a movie too. So I told my mother, can we invite friends and family over to the house and so we can make a wrestling movie? And she invited all my cousins, my grandparents, and all my good friends from the neighborhood, and we put on a scripted wrestling movie. It was good. I was 11. And let me tell you, this is interesting.
Yeah.
After I went out of college, let's fast forward a little bit after that. Before wrestling, after I got out of college, I went to Specs Howard Media Arts, and the Best Damn Sports Show had like a contest where if you was, you had to put in you had to like kind of send in a wrestling movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it had not a wrestling movie, a sports movie. So I sent a wrestling movie, and that very movie, they called me and say I didn't win or nothing, but they just wanted to feature all the homemade movies. They called me and asked me, can they show my movie? And they showed the movie on the Best Damn Sports Show. I think that was, I don't know, on Fox or something. I don't know. But it John, Sally, Bill Bellamy, Tom Arnold, they all was talking about the movie. It was
That's
funny.
pretty amazing. So, having that experience with your mom, it really seems like it came full circle.
It did. She was the reason. She was the reason that I wanted to be a pro wrestler.
That's pretty remarkable, Lou. And so your very latest show was last Sunday.
Man,
right?
Yeah, it was this past Sunday. Yeah, it was the 4th, February 4th.
February 4th. So, give us some highlights. What were the most tell us what happened on your show on February 4th?
Man, it was a phenomenal show. It was a phenomenal show. We had close to 200 people, I believe. It wasn't quite 200, I don't know, but it was close to 200 people, which we're trying to resurrect wrestling there in Garden City. It's more and more people starting to know that MISSLE Dropkick Wrestling Association was there. But it was a phenomenal week. Every show we have new talent. I mean, I was proud of the Ruthie J, the five-star athlete. She signed with MDWA Georgia. She put her title on her line against Alejandra from Dallas, Texas. And what happened was there was a mix-up, a confusion, a little mix-up towards the end for the end. So Ruthie ended up winning, but he didn't see Alejandra's, arm up. So it was a mix-up. So the next show, we're going to figure out what's through the committee, we're going to see what happened the next show, what they're going to do with the MDWA women's title. So, but that was a phenomenal match. The women always kick butt when they come. We had the debut of FIA. He went against OV8. That was OV8's first debut at the Tipton Elementary School. Young guy trying to make it. Huh?
Did he bring his katana?
Oh, the big knife?
Yeah. Did he bring his katana?
Yes, he did. He brought the knife, and I was very scared for FIA.
Ooh, yeah, I've known FIA, and I'm glad that OV8 brought his katana because I don't know. I don't know if I trust a man with a briefcase.
Yeah, me either. Especially a tax man.
Did he have his bow tie on, or was it just a
He
regular
had that red ugly tie. He had that big red ugly tie on. It didn't like that.
Okay.
The crowd didn't like him either. He had much heat. He had much heat that night, Sunday night.
And I can see why. I can definitely see why. So, what does it mean to be the promoter of MDWA?
I mean, it means a lot, though. I try not to sit back and think about it, but then it's kind of like, wow, this is a dream come true, because I always wanted to own my own wrestling company, because I admired what Vince McMahon did for professional wrestling. I mean, you can say what you want. I know he has a grimy past, but he has evolutionized wrestling. He brought wrestling to the forefront of entertainment, period.
And
you
have an established career where you've worked for WWE. You own your own wrestling academy, and you are the captain of your own ship. Is there anything that you don't do?
Well, I mean, yes, it's a lot, but you know, you could never do, you can never not do enough. I mean, I will implore everybody to have your hands in a little bit of everything.
Right.
You know, you want to be well versed in everything, not
Right.
just body slamming people, but you want to work behind the camera. You want to
Right.
be a producer. You know, you
Right.
want to be an editor. You know, at the end of the day, I enjoy big tech work. I like. I want to fly drones one day. When my
Yeah.
wrestling career is over with, I want to fly drones one day for a living. I want to do it for movies and stuff like that. So that's my big thing. But you can never do enough. You always want to be well versed in a lot of stuff.
I love that. I mean, I think that that's what makes life so enriching. So before we head into our next break, where and when can fans catch the next MDWA show?
March 3rd,
March 3rd.
2024. 29205 Florence Street. We're back at the Tipton Elementary School. You can get your tickets at MDWAWrestling.com. Tickets will be available after tonight. After tonight, we'll be on sale tonight. Once they on there. But I got the physical tickets now if anybody wants physical tickets. But $10 only, $10. Tickets only $10 admission. You don't want to miss it. If anything, hey, our last show was explosive. You want to see the next show. It's only going to get better and better. That crowd was rocking and rolling, rolling and rocking, you know.
Wrestling fans, you heard it from the man himself. You'll hear more right after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Jay Aubrey Jackson, the $50 computer virus god of Metro Detroit. We are the home of the true flat $50 computer repair. $50 job no matter how long it takes, never a penny more. Netbooks, laptops, desktop towers, all-in-one computers, phones, iPhones, tablets, iPads, and game systems. Free diagnosis and money-back guarantee. If we don't fix it, you pay nothing. And we do same-day service within 24 hours of drop-off. And are open 7 days a week, so come to the computer virus god now.
Welcome back to Bumping and Thumping, podcast for and about independent professional wrestling around the world. Lou, you had an amazing show last week. What can fans look forward to during your next show on March 3rd?
Man, you know what's interesting? What they can look forward to is the new faction, the Bradford Exchange Group, with Johnny, handsome Johnny Bradford leading his group. We got Brian Mercer, which is his interpreter. We have Emmanuel Muhammad in that group. We got Crazy X, that's handsome Johnny Bradford's bodyguard. This group is trying to wreak havoc in the MDWA. They already recruited the Honey Badger. I don't know what that's all about. The Honey Badger stole the MDWA women's title during the Alejandra and Ruthie J. She jumped in there and she jumped in there and beat up both competitors and stole the belt. Can you believe that? And she's walking around with the belt. We don't know where Honey Badger is.
She's walking around like it's hers? Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I heard she got video of herself working out with the championship belt.
Ooh, that's something. That's something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen and met Honey Badger, and she's nothing to mess with.
She's nothing to mess with.
Once she sets her sight on something, she's relentless. She really is. Yeah. So I can't wait to see how that's going to pan out. So oh wow, that's a lot. Do you think Johnny Bradford's going to come out with his infamous paddle?
Oh yeah, he came out there Sunday. Yeah, he never go without the little tennis racket. Or is that the paddle you mean?
Yeah. It does look like a tennis racket, though. It does.
I think he got that from Jim Cornette too. By the way, the little story. I think he got that from Jim Cornette. He was telling us. But
that's pretty amazing.
He uses that tennis racket as a weapon during, so. And I think they got their eyes on, their men got their eyes on Freedom Ramsey for the MDWA championship. So we'll see what happens. Freedom got a lot of people ahead after that title. He got Danny Blaze that been talking mess too.
Really? I mean, with a talent as great as Freedom Ramsey, he attracts a lot of positive attention, but sometimes all of that attention, you never know who's going to set their eyes on the prize as well. So, and best of luck to Freedom Ramsey. He's one of my personal favorites. So
he's a great talent, man. He took the MDWA what was the television? I think the live title for me. No, the Kumai title. He took the Kumai title for me. Yeah. But hey, you know what? I'm proud of Freeman, and I'll get that rematch eventually, though. But I'm proud of him that he's leading the way for MDWA.
And he's leading the way with torch in hand. It's amazing to see what he's capable of in and out of the ring. Honestly, Lou, before we close out our show, where can fans contact you for tickets, and where can they find you?
Well, I encourage fans to go on the MDWA website. It's MDWAwrestling.com. It's tickets. You go to tickets, easy. You press the tickets, and it goes straight to your email, and you could take that. You could take that to the show, or you'll have it on your phone. Just show the ticket person the phone through the email, and you can see it. Or if you want to, we can arrange something. Call me at the MDWA hotline, 734-219-5152. You can always come up to the MDWA school and grab the tickets, or you can do it like that. It's two options. I always make myself available for anybody that want to come support a MISSLE Dropkick Wrestling show.
Well, Lou, I want to just thank you for your time. You've been a leader in and out of the ring, and you're charting the course constantly. So thank you for all of your amazing contributions, and this has been an amazing experience. So once again, thank you.
I appreciate you for the interview.
Yeah. March 3rd, catch MDWA's next show, and thank you for your viewing. And my name is the Divinely Designed Annie O'Neill. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.